Good afternoon, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, it's really weird. I still got my sales papers, although like there was nothing, like I'm not doing any shopping this week, and like my dad will most likely do what he did this last weekend and just like run out and grab whatever he needs and, you know, that kind of stuff. Or not what he needs, whatever we need, but basically just we'll give him a list and he'll go out and go and grab this stuff, which, like I think I was telling you guys, we're pretty stocked with stuff. Like, we're not really low on anything. We'll be probably pretty good. So yeah, but I got my sales papers, and Jewel like sent out like a thing that was like, you know, we're doing our best to like try and stay stocked, but like, you know, this whole like, you know, just kind of like an update thing about what's going on with their store, and then also their hiring and like, you know, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, like I said, they sent out a sales paper, and so did Menards. And I'm wondering if the reason Menards did is because I think they're a Midwest company, but or like retailer, but they have I think their headquarters is in Michigan maybe, or Wisconsin, I can't remember. I think it's Wisconsin now that I'm thinking about it. And I'm wondering if, because I know for a long time either Michigan or Wisconsin had like no cases of the virus for like a while. And so I'm wondering if that's why they're kind of like operations as usual sort of thing, but like they sent out like a regular sales paper and everything like that. I didn't get one from Valley Produce, and I don't know about Caputo's because I don't normally get theirs. Normally I go to their online one and do it because they're not sending it to our area anymore. Or they might just not be actually sending them out at all. They might only have them in stores, but just, you know, like for green, going green and stuff like that. So anyways, like I was saying, I know Valley Produce didn't send theirs out, and Aldi also didn't have one either. So it was like a very, very shortened little thing. So I'm wondering if just because of everything that's going on, like companies aren't really sending out their sales papers because people aren't really like shopping the sales so much, as they're just kind of like buying what they need, like we sort of are. But like I said, I don't totally know, and I don't know about Menards either, although they're not having any sales this week. They're just doing their 11% rebate, but they did send out like an actual like sales paper. But I think I was telling you guys too, my parents used to work at like a printing press, and they used to work for like, my mom worked also for the newspaper as well, but then both my parents worked at like a printing press sort of thing. My mom was actually explaining to me yesterday how the whole process works and how they like not make the sales papers, but like basically that sort of back in the olden days. I guess that was like the 90s, late 80s or so. And so she was explaining to me like sort of like how that works and everything. And that normally it was 2 weeks in advance. So obviously all the stuff that was going on like 2 weeks ago was when it started off. It's like now they have that sales paper that, you know, is coming out this week saying like, you know, updating people. And like I said too, some companies aren't even having sales papers at all. Like I said, Aldi, unless we just didn't get it, you know, but like I said, they don't have theirs. So I'm obviously not making a grocery list. I might see though, because my dad did go out to a couple of grocery stores last weekend. He ended up going to Aldi, Menards, and to Target. Aldi, and then he went to Target just because I think I was telling you guys too, the Target that we go to, I think most Targets have the ATM that they have is one of the ones that my dad has for one of his accounts. I don't know which one it is, but he can get it out without having to pay like the extra fee and all that kind of stuff. So he normally goes there. So I think that's what he was doing, was going to get money, and then also going to like see if they didn't, the stuff that he couldn't get, could get at Menards or at Target. So the stuff that he didn't get at Menards or Aldi. So yeah, like I said, he ended up going there and ran those errands. But I was like, maybe I could like give him a short list of like stuff for Jewel, because they did have like a couple of sales on like some produce things and stuff like that. And obviously, like, you know, if we're buying just really at one grocery store, we're not buying as much produce as we normally do, because I like to shop around at my other 2 grocery stores and get that. Obviously, there's a Jewel really close to us. It's right down the street. Valley Produce and Caputo's are a little drive away. So normally we do that when we make our whole grocery run all at the same time sort of thing. But we do have like a local Jewel, but like I said, Valley Produce and Caputo's are not local really to us. So he could still, even though the Aldi and the Jewel are in opposite directions of each other, if he was like feeling up for it, I might like be like, here, if you want, like, you know, pick up these couple of things at Jewel I saw were on sale, you know. But, and then to do kind of the same thing, like whatever Aldi doesn't have, grab that stuff at Jewel. Because he said that Menards really wasn't, like, they had water, but other than that, they weren't really stocked in a whole lot of stuff. He said the one thing that he wants to start looking for now is more like cleaning supplies, because they might, some stores might start getting that back in stock, which is something that is really, like, you know, a hot ticket item right now, along with toilet paper. But as far as, like, you know, Lysol and, you know, cleaning products, I mean, we have cleaning products for the most part. A lot of, like, you know, like sprays and stuff like that, but more like wipes, which I was actually able to find some under the sink, which I thought were dried out, and they kind of were. But my mom actually, she used to make homemade baby wipes, so she gave me the trick on how to kind of just, like, they were still like wet and they still had like the solution sort of like on the wipe, but the problem was that they were just like, I mean, it wasn't like they weren't drenching, you know, or anything like that, but my mom was like, they should still really be good. So we ended up just adding a little bit of water and some baby oil as well. That helps to keep them like moist. So yeah, like I said, we found a couple of things of those, but my dad was saying more like Lysol spray, or, you know, like wipes and stuff like that too, because he does like wipe down his van, like, you know, because he's still working and stuff like that. So like the interior, he wipes everything down in there, and start looking for hand sanitizer too. Or too, my mom also has almost all the ingredients except for rubbing alcohol to make homemade hand sanitizer. So we need to start looking for a couple of those things. So we're hoping that like now stores will start like really being stocked up in those specific areas, and we can start trying to look and or find some of that stuff. But as far as, like I said, like normal spray cleaning products go, we have a lot. We're really stocked in that area. It's just, I mean, it's easier just to use easy wipes. And again, if my dad's in his van already, it's easier for him to use disinfectant wipes in his van than have to bring a spray out, you know, spray down the whole car and then get, you know, wipes and, you know, clean it off. But we're really good paper towel wise, so like, you know, we could either use that or just a regular rag to wipe it down and everything like that. But the good thing with paper towels is they're disposable. We can just throw them away. Whereas like a rag, we have to make sure, like, because the virus is very, you know, transmittable, you know, and can stay on surfaces, I've heard, for a very long time too, even like cloth and stuff like that, and, you know, fabrics, that, you know, like leaving it, you know, that might not be the best. It kind of defeats the purpose, I guess, and trying to clean and disinfect and then be able to throw it away. But in certain areas, again, we can still do that and all that kind of stuff. But I was actually in here because I wanted to share with you guys real quick, actually our carrots, because I noticed this when I was washing my hands for like the 8th time today, since they're right here near the sink. But I told you guys how my mom is trying to regrow some of our food scraps. This was at the beginning when my mom was getting super freaked out and was like, okay, you know, like, we're gonna be, you know, in lockdown and stuff like that, and, you know, what kind of food should we start growing? We have our big flower beds, or big vegetable gardens outside, so we can start, you know, once this risk of frost is over, we can start transplanting some of this, or planting some of this stuff that we've started outside. So we do, I'll show you guys maybe tomorrow some of the seedlings as well, but these are the carrots. You guys see that little green that's up there on that? That is, they're starting to get little sprouts on there, which the actual carrot part looks kind of gross, but they've also got, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, or it's going to pick it up in here, but they are getting like these little baby roots, sort of. This one might be a little bit better to see because they're kind of out in the front. At least I think that's what those are, is that they're starting to actually like root. So the little green that's starting on there is going to start, like I said, sprouting, and then it will actually grow into basically like a new carrot. And the same too with the onions. I don't know how well, like, that's the root anyway of the onion, but you know, I don't know how well these are doing. These look like they're drying out, but I have grown green onions before, and it kind of is the same thing with like a regular onion, is that it'll start kind of just growing through the middle, and this will all start regrowing the inside part. So yeah, those are the carrots and a couple onions too. We got another onion over here and our 4 carrots. We also have carrot seeds as well, but my mom just again wanted to use up some of our scraps so that they would be put to good use and we can just regrow them again since we're kind of doing all of our spring, you know, planting and stuff like that right now. So I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.